All right. I am here. Running late as always since this week has not gone as planned, but that's just how life goes sometimes. But whether you're watching me morning, afternoon, or evening, whether you're lurking or watching the VOD, I hope you are doing well today. Hope you're having a lovely Saturday since shenanigans are abound and things are happening. Um, like I said, I apologize. I was supposed to start about an hour or so ago, but it's all goody in the hoodie in terms of things. Today's plan is to just keep it very short and simple and to the point, where I'd like to do some more co-working today, show off some stuff that I just got, and get some things done before a little bit of gaming. Just as a reminder for folks too, as well, like I mentioned yesterday, I will not be, Valor Rangers won't happen tomorrow, though I was able to catch very early this morning the Common Rider campaign, which let me give Toku Tabletop their usual shout out in terms of shenanigans. Not only do I do my campaign with my other friends and mutuals and fellow creatives over on Toku Tabletop, but there's always a campaign happening. Let's see, there's always a campaign happening on early in the mornings if you're EST. For the Common Rider fans. So you should go check them out. Super cool, very nice people. Really good time. And let me repeat that once we come back from the ads. Cause the ads. All of the amazing ads. Let's see. All right, let me make sure I've gotten what I need in terms of shenanigans while we wait for the ads to end, and then I'll repeat what I just said before we get started for today. Waiting for the ads. All right, I think the ads are almost up. Welcome back, everybody. As I was just trying to say before the ads came up, if you want to watch another amazing campaign with the Common Rider folks, that campaign happens over on Toku Tabletop that I just gave a shout out to. That happens on, if you're in EST time, happens on Saturday morning. So think of it as a Saturday morning cartoon. And then my usual Valor Ranger campaign happens on Sunday evenings EST. Again, if you can't watch it live, you can catch the VOD over on Twitch. But again, appreciate folks who stopped by to say hi for Toku Tabletop and everything else in terms of shenanigans. I do believe we've got emotes and a bunch of fun things going on as always. And I think we're close to almost 100 followers. So shout out to Toku Tabletop and everybody else who's a part of the fun and shenanigans, and really appreciate the folks who stop by every week to watch us yammer, not die, and all the other things that are going on in the world. So. But yes, as I was saying though, the plan today is to keep it chill, to just do more lace work, to get some stuff done, to multitask. We will get to a little bit of Thrones of a March Watchmaker today, because I did want to do a little bit of RPGing this week. And then tomorrow, again, I will not be streaming until later on, probably, because tomorrow is Sunday. Since we won't have Toku Tabletop, I might do some more Final Fantasy 14. If not, I might do some of the other games like SST and Umami and things like that too. We'll keep it kind of open and open-ended in terms of stuff too. And then I'll be posting my schedule this week, which again, I'm pretty sure I'll start moving towards my normal schedule towards January, in the sense of I'll fully move that way towards the end of December. But I like, just a reminder for folks, I'll be streaming primarily Saturday, Sunday, Fridays, and Mondays. I might pop up here and there for collabs and hanging out with friends and mutuals and community, but just know, like, I typically will try to stream Saturdays, Sundays, Fridays, and Mondays. It'll probably be towards 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to about 7 or 8. If not that, it will just be sometime in that window where I'll stream for a couple of hours. So just to give folks a heads up, that's typically what I'll be doing. At worst, I will only stream once a week. At the very worst, I'll stream twice a week and then once a month type of thing. But just in general, you expect me to stream maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, which is what I used to do before my schedule started changing and things started like, being updated a little bit on my end. So just a reminder for things. And just to let folks know as well, I will be posting today about Cozy Co-op Night and some of the last big things I'm planning for the end of the month, and then talking through some of the things for Black History Month and things for next year. So I'm really, really excited. I know I'm still very like wee, like how Pac-Man kind of just like when they get destroyed in the game and they just make that noise. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm very much getting more and more tired as the year drags on, and not to say it's dragging on, but this year has been volatile for a lot of different reasons, even for me. So it's definitely where I'm grateful to have some semblance of peace. But I guess that's why I'm very much like, I like to be active and do things, but I definitely am a homebody, as people say. I like to be at home and cozy when I'm like tired and drink some tea and just chill out and do things. So I'm not really as, I think people interpret that as me being hyperactive, but it's really not. I'm just very much a chill, methodical person, I guess is the best way I'll describe it. So, but anyway, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and switch it over. It's gonna be a very similar setup to yesterday's stream. The only difference is that I'm going to be in my pixel format, as you can see today. So just give me 1 second, everybody, to switch things over, including like my captions and everything, overlays and all the things. I'm gonna keep my task list widget up. I haven't had the chance to fiddle with it off stream to figure out why I can't like delete tasks on there, but hopefully it won't be too much of an issue if I do it that way. But I will, we'll give it some time, some energy to figure out what's good and what's happening. Let me see. There we go. I was like, what's going on where y'all can't see what's up with my pattern stuff? Also, let's switch over my Skull Panda a little bit. And then I have a special surprise to show y'all on stream today since I got it finally. And I am a complete goober of a nerd. So there's that. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, I think my thing is working. And as always, I right now am still working on a lace project. So, like I said, it's going to be at the energy levels that it's going to be at. I appreciate folks who lurk and watch the VODs. Of course, everything looks good on YouTube. I do think I got to fix some of the title cards and stuff for series over on that end, but I think everything else is just Gucci. So, let's see. But I hope folks are having a good Saturday. I haven't really done much today. Like I said, I'm very much in a like restful state right now. So. Okay. We're gonna be in interior. And sorry, I know y'all can't see this yet because I haven't switched things over. There we go. Looking at the times, I started late today. We'll see what we can do in an hour and 30 minutes. And then go from there. As always, y'all, my style of co-working is that I like to, yammer and talk, but sometimes I'm really quiet when I'm focusing on things. We usually do in 30-minute sprints with 10-minute breaks, where sometimes I take a break, sometimes I'm just yammering doing things. But as always, please use the breaks to look away, drink some water, stretch, take care of yourself, as I will do the same during co-working, and we'll just, be productive together, as most coworkers will tell you. So, okay, one last adjustment, and then we should be good. Thank you for your patience. There we go. Got so many errands to do, but my brain's just like we're gonna have to just be slow and methodical about it. As I say often, like it's this time of the year where I'm just not my brain's just not in the space to try to run rampant. I'm very it's very much that time where I need to just kind of rest. So, but yes, hi to my hands. I think you can see them, yeah. Um, as you can see, I have my hodgepodge of plushies that I'm trying to organize a little bit because I'm trying to switch bags for the next couple of months. The one thing I did want to share with you all, though, is ta-da! Something came in the mail for me. For those of you who don't know, if you did know already, I'm a huge Huntrix fan from K-pop Demon Hunters. So I ended up actually getting a real-life replica for a light stick. I've never gotten one of these before, actually, but there was folks who were making these replicas for folks who are really big fans of Huntrix, and like I've yammered about, I think it was yesterday's stream, if not the one before, but in general, I just yammer about it. I finally got my my light stick, so even though they're not a real group, there are real people singing behind them because we don't do generative AI. I thought it was really cute to kind of get something like that. So, okay, like I was saying yesterday. Oh, and then of course, I think the cute thing they did was they put like these fake photo cards. I got one of Rumi, so I'm really excited because she's my favorite, like I've been telling y'all. So the fact that we actually got one is really, really awesome. It's holographic too. It reminds me of like a holographic Pokemon card. All right. But yeah, today I'll be doing co-working in the sense of being able to do a little bit of lace work, respond to some emails, messages, and just kind of set things up. I just gotta get stuff done. So that's just kind of my modus operandi today. All right. Also, thank you for the subscription. Amelia Star is a really nice name. Oh, I have it repeating. I know I did that yesterday's stream too. Okay. I actually haven't unlocked any more animals in this game, which I should probably fix that. But okay. I'm going to spend the first 30 minutes just focusing on like getting this pattern together and going through it, and then I'll switch over to some Hobonichi, and then we'll go back and forth. There's potentialities for game shenanigans today, so repo might happen. We just gonna have to sort that out. We're gonna see. I'm always down to game though with friends, as always. Okay. All right, so I left off yesterday. As you saw, I usually put my bobbins in a way where I can remember what my pattern is now. So we can actually make a little bit of progress today. Not that I didn't make a progress yesterday, but a sense of like actually getting this right this time. Hopefully I have my head on right, because I feel like when I was doing this on stream yesterday, like the wires were so crossed, and I was like, what's going on? So we're gonna get it today though, that's for sure. Sometimes like with projects, you just kind of have to let them sit for a bit, and then if your brain's just not doing it right, you just got to give it some time. I do think one thing I definitely will say too is that like when you've been through a lot of stuff, make sure you take time for yourself to process all that you've been through, because it's wild. It's kind of where my head is at too a little bit. I need to give myself time to process all the wild that's happened this year. Hi Jazz, welcome in. Thank you for the love of my pixel tuber. Yeah, Sun Prawns, who they haven't had their commissions open for a while. They were the one who designed my pixel tuber or PNG tuber, because I love pixel games, so this is usually what I pull up with whenever I'm playing like pixel games. I still have a love for that, so that's how I became a video gamer. But welcome in, it's lovely to see you, and thank you for the love. Yeah. As always, y'all should go check out Jazz. They're a really cool streamer as well. I've been able to lurk on a stream and have some fun and just listen in. And Jazz is a really cool person, as well as play some games with Jazz when we were, for Steven's anniversary. So if you're looking for another dope person to support and follow, you should go check them out. But welcome in. And thank you for the love again. I hope you're having a nice one. It's always nice to see you. Yeah. Unless I'm misremembering, but yeah. That's so fun. I love people have different designs or different games and genres. Yeah. Also, thank you so much for the shouty. Yeah, for sure. I always want to give shout outs to folks like Jazz. I think you respectfully are a really cool person and everything. So I do appreciate like seeing you around and stuff. Yeah, you're right. We did play on Steven's stream together. Nice. Not the ads. As soon as I say that. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I'll wait till the ads come back. Let me actually type in the chat. Welcome back from the ads. Just giving some love in the chat since, again, appreciate you lurking, Jazz. Please enjoy, and I hope you get everything you need to get done as always, and take care of things too. So, and thank you for the love in terms of holding space. I do appreciate that a lot. Yeah. Okay, I think I have a winky edge, which I think I got right here. Twist, and then all right. I think we need to I know I've given a lot of updates this year that were a bit more like sad in nature. It's more bittersweet. Yeah. I love those emotes you're using along with the Luna Snow one, Jazz. I appreciate that. And I'm glad because I know sometimes like I try to remember specific details about people and stuff because I try to be thoughtful, but I remember the commentary you make that made me laugh during Steve's anniversary stream. So I appreciate you. I love hearing you talk. You have a really nice voice. So, and I always love to interact with people like in a setting, like just whether it's group setting or just hearing them on their streams or everything too. So I wanted to give some flowers for that as well. So yeah. But I know I sound melancholic, and whenever it's not a bad thing for me. I think it's something to where there's a bittersweetness where sometimes in life you just have seasons of taking L's, I guess, if in a way. And this year has kind of been a little bit of that, while there's also been a lot of really good in terms of trying to sort myself out and really kind of center what makes sense for me. And I think I've had to learn the art of people knowing who you are and liking you for you versus how they make you feel. And I know that sounds very like should be a thing, but I think it's a lesson in discernment for me because I think that's why, like, per the conversation we had yesterday, I don't really get caught up in like numbers or follow counts, fame and fortune and stuff, because I think for me, oftentimes it's really just about trying to get to know people and just be authentic as possible and hoping that they will, you know, still be around or want to be your friend and stuff. And of course, like, you can't have that expectation for everybody, but I think it's one of those things where when you do unfortunately run into people who are into clout chasing and not necessarily trying to build community, it can be really exhausting. So unfortunately, I think it's just some of that where it's like, it can be genuinely a lot, which sucks. So it's just another valuable lesson of like, sometimes people like the ideal of you, they don't really like you though, which can be disheartening and sad. But I think it's really good to know and be able to discern who is wanting to actually be your friend and be there with you as a human versus people who will only be there so they can get something from you and want to stay, I guess, is the way I'm going to put it. Oh, I need to put out a reminder. I'm glad I looked into this really fast. That's why I'm doing chores today. Let me go ahead and do that, then I'll keep going with the pattern in a second. That's why I always say on streams, like, don't force yourself to do anything that doesn't feel right for you. And if something doesn't resonate, if it doesn't apply, let it fly type vibes. But I think that in order to cultivate relationships and friendships, you have to be willing to be open and also be willing to get hurt too. And know that sometimes people are, again, only meant to be around for a season. They're not necessarily meant to stay in that part of your life. And if you are an ambitious person where you have goals and aspirations, sometimes like you'll be around people who just don't want to be there. And it's sad, but it's not necessarily like it's not a bad thing. It's more like sometimes you just don't align with people and they just are not the best at being honest about it until the moment calls for it, to be honest. And then you find out and you're like, okay. And that's when you can either adjust your behavior or just, do what you need to do. Not to bypass like the grief and the pain and stuff that might come with that, of course, but just being honest with yourself about who's really there for you and who's like genuinely not in the way that you need. So, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to drop this message really quick. All right. I think I found what I need in terms of where I'm posting this. Actually, let me post this. Post this somewhere to write this out. Because knowing me, I will get this wrong. Something real fast. Let me test something here. Okay. I think you have to be willing to have your heart broken to be able to sometimes see what you actually deserve. Not to say I want people to go through pain, but I think some of I've mentioned before, so where my biggest transformations have been through heartache. And it's taught me what I will and will not put up with, which is always a good, valuable lesson to get. Sorry, we're gonna play some of my favorites, so you know how this goes. But like I have been telling myself a lot this year, be open to possibilities and let people sometimes surprise you. And I know that's exhausting given the state of the world, but I don't know. There's just a strong anchor within myself that I'm like, I just gotta keep going. I'll figure it out. It won't get any easier. It's not gonna get any, necessarily better in some ways, but it'll work out. And as long as I can hold on to that, even if I'm sometimes tired, it'll be okay. It'll be all good type vibes. So I wish I could say anything more, but that's just the honest truth of the matter. Sometimes you just have to know that when you're going through stuff, you just gotta believe that it'll be better, even if it doesn't feel like it. It's kind of as I've been telling some of my friends, it's like having a fire in the dark and you don't really know which direction you're going into. And things feel hazy or ominous, but there's a small part of you that knows if you keep going this one direction, that you'll eventually find the way out of the cave. And that's kind of, to me, how life works sometimes. You just gotta hang in there. Even if it's like little things, like small things that help you. That's to me what has helped me get out of the worst types of framing, and like finding the beauty in little things, even if it's just like a 5-minute break where you can just close your eyes type stuff. Now that sounds really dark, but I'm just saying, it's just that stuff that's helped me. So I think because of that, it's not something again that I feel like I can be shamed for, because I'm just like, nah, sometimes life just be life, and you just have to kind of, you got to push through in your own way, whatever that looks like for you. And don't let someone's reflection of how they're treating you make you not choose yourself. I think that's the big thing I've learned a lot in life, is that like, don't let people believe that you're not capable of everything that you want in this lifetime. Like, I know the world is chaotic, but you still have to find an anchor within yourself as an adult. At least that's how I live my life, to kind of push through. And I want to play that song one more time. But I know for me, I haven't had a normal life. I know that sounds very cliche, but I haven't. I think I've had a lot of privileges in some ways, but I haven't. So sometimes I run up across situations where I'm like, oh, that's not what most people went through at that age. Crap. So it can be very, very alienating, but I think I appreciate some of these lessons that I've gotten, even if they were a bit harsher, because I think it helps me when there's so much chaos around me to be like, you know what? Sometimes the best thing you can do for yourself is just nap. Or when you do find some stability, like really process the stuff that you had to go through to get where you're at. Like, it's that type of thing. And hold on, I'm still trying to like get this thing done, and we'll keep going. Shoot, I knew I was gonna do that. About that. All right, I think we're up. You gotta love when OBS does that type of thing. Okay, I think I'm back. Let me see though. Oh no. Sorry about that. I think it kicked everybody off. Of course, when I'm going on my rant, OBS is just like, haha, no. I was just gonna say too, like, please don't get used to like bad things though. Life does, to me, get better. Sometimes you just go through seasons where you kind of have to walk in the dark with a fire that's keeping you going. And then eventually you pop out back in the light and things work out. But like I said, take what resonates, let the rest of it fly, of course. So, let's see. Alright, I think this is good. I will say though, it is very exhausting to be around people who don't really know you, but who like the idea of you or like what you can do for them. So I would encourage folks like in life, please make sure you're around people who genuinely make you feel safe and like you as a person, because that can be exhausting when like you don't have any of those things with somebody. I'm just saying, or somebody's or family or whatever types of things. So let me get off my soapbox about that. All right, I think this is good. Oh wait, hold on, one more thing. No, shoot. Wait. No. Oh no! Trying to do things so I can go back to doing ways. Maybe. Alright, there we go. Okay, perfect. I just got the heads up about shenanigans. Okay, there we go. If I can get my K-pop Demon Hunter stick, like the lights to work, I will share it before the end of stream. I just need to like actually get it to work, but like just to show it again, I don't know how to get it open. You would think I would figure that out, but no, I haven't yet. So we're gonna figure that out today. If you see me at a concert, whenever that it's safer to do those things for me, like I will do that. And that's the chime, y'all, for the 10-minute break. So as always, please use the break, including the ads, to take care, get some water, drink something, whatever you gotta do. Just chill out, all goody. But whenever I go to a concert, I will be having that light stick. Technically, like the only K-pop concerts I've ever been to would be BTS. But if I go to a BTS concert, anything like that in the future, I will be using my stick from K-pop Demon Hunters because I don't have any chill. I love that movie. All right. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna get back to some lace stuff. Okay. Oh god. No. Me and my diabolical shenanigans. Alright, there we go, maybe? I also think the courage to being rejected is something that I think has helped me too, in terms of just being like, you know what? Shoot your shot and see what happens. If you fall flat on your face, you'll be fine. At least you tried. And it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. So it's a part of being kind to myself too. It's just like doing that in different ways. Trying new things and seeing what happens. And so far it's paid off this year in a surprising way. Okay. I'm so proud because I don't even have to look at the sheet to do torch and lace without thinking about it. It took me a long time to get here. Y'all know I was messing up this pattern, and now I'm here just doing it. You gotta love when you like get better at your crafts. Okay. Alright, let's see. I think these are done on this side. I think it's just the rest on this side. So a reminder, technically, like I said, we do these on and off stream, but I'm fine just doing them mostly on stream because I do them pretty quick now, the torch and lace patterns. I still theoretically though want to do some other ones though. Oh, wait. Twice. No. I say that and I still do these little screwball things. That's why for my friends who get these, I hope they get a lot of love, even if there's a little bit of character to them in terms of their flaws. Oh, sweet buttercup. There we go. And then I would say, just a heads up about the K-pop Demon Hunter book. They do a really good job since I looked into it. I want a physical copy, but I did start reading it, and I've been telling everybody about it, like I was mentioning yesterday, that I like the details they give on the characters. And the fandom has been so fun because everybody's been hyped and excited about like all the little intricacies that they built in the movie. I did take some screen caps of the something's wrong there. We're gonna have to redo that. That doesn't look great. I did take some screen caps of the makeup and fashion in the movie. Because that's the thing that would be really cool to do one day, is like do character design for stories. Like I know I do want to make clothes, but I think designing characters, learning how to draw, has been something that I've been wanting to do for a bit. So I've been really inspired by folks who are doing just that, if that makes sense. And one of the cool facts, which I don't think is a huge spoiler, but one of the cool things that they did designing some of the looks for the girls is they watched a lot of like Korean beauty YouTubers and like videos to kind of get an idea of how they wanted to do the skin and the texture for the girls in terms of their fits. And welcome back from the ads. I'm going on my tangent rant about K-pop demon hunters. But it's stuff like that, those little details, that is really, really cool, because you can tell, again, like the movie showed, that there was a lot of love to make it authentic in terms of like really infusing and, you know, making the movie about like folks who are of Korean descent, of the Korean diaspora, and like those little nuanced details in regards to some of like fandom and like, you know, the K-pop industry, but also just some of those historical pieces too and everything, which I thought was really, really cool personally. So it's stuff like that, along with like Arcane and Into the Spider-Verse, that I really like. Is like, how do you design a character to make them lifelike? Like, what are the details and how they look, why they look the way they do, like what's the makeup and fashion, like what's the reasoning behind stuff. So it's just been really inspiring in that way to get perspective from the creatives about, you know, why they designed Rumi, Mira, and Zoe respectfully the way that they did. Even the detail that like they designed Rumi to have broader shoulders and be the most athletic of the group, because of the way she's supposed to have very commanding presence as the leader, and that the three of them are a unit. So they come from like broken families, and they come together as a found family to really make the movie the way it is. Like, it's just those types of things that I really appreciate from creatives, because I'm like, that's a really interesting detail that you didn't have to do, but you did it that way, and it just makes it fascinating for me. So, because I know some folks were like, you know, some people will watch a movie 1,000 times and will examine little details like that, which I think is cool, which is why I love like cinema breakdowns of movies and media. But just that detail and some of the others where the way they designed Rumi, they made each of the girls have different types of edges. So, for example, with Zoe, because she's so bubbly in the movie, and again, I'm trying to say this in a way that's spoiler-free, and also that was the end of the 10-minute break, so we're coming back to the next 30-minute sprint, but as always, y'all, please make sure you take care of yourself and everything, too. But they did it to where they made Zoe have more circular lines to emphasize how bubbly and vibrant she is as a character. And then I think, if I remember correctly, for Rumi, they gave her more, I don't want to call it like jagged edge. They gave her more square features. And then with Mira, they gave her more like triangle and more like straight edges to emphasize how sharp and astute she was. But the one who kind of like cuts through the BS. So it goes back to that thing with animation where people will design characters with certain lines and dimensions and body types to kind of convey their personality and why they move the way they do. And I think that's really cool they did that with the girls, because you can tell with each of their designs that like blockiness or like the circles and shapes they use for their bodies, as well as their fashion, came out in their clothes. So, though I will say, I do think that like the girls themselves, their concept designs are super cool. I'm a huge fan of concept designs, Zoe, Rumi, and Mira. I'm glad that like there's actually merch of those designs, because I do like them. I love the original, like my favorite designs when K-pop demon hunters are, this is what it sounds like, with all of Rumi's like demon markings having like the shimmery, iridescent colors within it. I was trying to find the right word. But I also like their original designs too. They're very like rough edges and things like that I definitely appreciate. So that's my rant of the year. I just love shit like that, along with like the way they designed Mel from Arcane and Jinx from League of Legends. Like I like those little details that make a character who they are. It just makes stuff fun, you know? Hold on a second. Why is this wrong? Something's wrong about this. Yeah, something's off. We're gonna have connectivity issues today. Not a fan. Alright, I think I'm back again. Sorry about that. If my OBS gets too unwieldy, we might just make this a co-working stream and just wrap it up. I hate to do that for Thrones of Our Watchmaker, but I'm not gonna fight the internet since I know people are enjoying holidays, which they should, of course. But you know how my rule of thumb goes, where if it's gonna be grainy, I'd rather not, just cause. So. But anyway. All right, let's see if we can get this right. Because I'm like, why is this pattern being goofy right now? Okay, I think that'll fix it. I know next year as I get better at drawing, I will probably be studying a lot of my Final Fantasy 14 books, along with the sewing patterns and everything too. But in general, in terms of character design for some of the world building for VTubing and everything. So I'm excited about that as well. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Me running around my iPad and my sketchbook as I go run errands throughout my life. It'll be a good time. Actually, hold on. Let's redo that. I know it's hard to look forward to things. I was having this conversation when I was talking in Simi's chat yesterday, but I think a lot of millennials and or at least younger people are having this dialogue with themselves about like what the future looks like. And I know I've been sitting with that question a lot. I've been saying often that this decade has been very tumultuous. Like, it's one thing to talk about it in no form of historical context, how humans, time is cyclical, and if you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it type vibes. But I don't know. It's just been very volatile. So it feels like it's always a conversation and a coming of age to just recognize that like you just can't control some of these bigger questions that are happening in the world, but you can do what you can to like figure out how to build community and just take it day by day. And that's kind of how I live my life, where, don't get me wrong, I have my goals and ambitions and stuff, but I do take a lot of things day by day because sometimes that's all you can really do. Especially when you've been through a lot of stuff, like you really just only have the bandwidth to think about maybe next week, or you don't remember what you had for like dinner yesterday. So it becomes a bit more manageable in terms of not overwhelming yourself. Not to say you shouldn't have big goals and have 5-year plans, but it's just being flexible. And again, like I always say, being open. Just got to be open to stuff. So. Hi, Toko. Welcome in. How you doing today? This is really twisted. That's probably why this is throwing me off. All right. I'm going to need more needles, which I'm pretty sure I just saw them. Hi, Takashi. Welcome in. I love how I say needles and they're right there. Me too focused on getting this thread right. Lol. I'm so... That's so funny. Oh, a lot of folks coming in. Hi. Hello. Hi, everybody. How you doing, Soko? Hope you're doing well today. Comment, what's goody? Hi there. Oh, you have to tell me how you like Dispatch, Common. I don't know. I need to see how you play it. I've been wanting to see all my friends and mutuals like opportunities. And as always, y'all, with all these amazing folks who stream, I hope you get a chance to check them out. They're super dope people. I really appreciate them. So I didn't know you had an 8-bit PNG. That's so fucking cute. I'm crying. Thanks, Takashi. Yeah, this is my pixel self whenever I play pixel games. I don't know if we'll get to playing Thrones of the Watchmaker today, but I will stay in this forum just because we will play that game. I do want to finish it on stream. It's a really cute game. But yeah, this is a homage to my love of pixel games. I will never get tired of being a little pixel tuber or seeing pixel games. But yeah, I hope you're doing well too. It's lovely to see you. Have you been playing some Marvel Rivals or anything? Da da da. There we go. All right, let me... Again, I'm touching my thread again, but again, that's why it's cotton and not lace, y'all. Now, when I start doing lace probably next year, I'm going to not touch it, because if I have to clean the lace after I finish, that's going to be a pain in the butt. And I got to figure out how to clean lace. Adlands, gotcha. Gotcha, no worries. I'll respond once we get back from the ads for folks, so. Oh no. That's not a great update to see. Let me see. Let's see. Oh, they changed their name. Okay. Got it. All right. I'm still following, so. All right, there's a few people. I just need to lurk on while I'm doing things. All right. Hi, Skip. Welcome in. Welcome back from the ads. And thank you for the 4-month streak, Skip. I appreciate you. Uno Reverse Friend, I appreciate you. And no worries. Please enjoy the lurk. It's all good. You can lurk. Definitely, for sure. You know? I hope you're having a nice one. I'm catching up in the chat, so apologies. You right, actually. I appreciate that. Let's see. I'm doing all right, man. I want pixel art PNG so bad. Yeah. Yeah, I think you should do it, Common. I think it definitely is cool. I love seeing pixel tubers. I think they're really great, honestly. So I think they're always a good vibe. I know, again, like I mentioned, my Sun Prawns, who I got my pixel commission from, which I like to get more from. I don't think they're open for commissions right now, but I hope they will be in the future. But, you know, I think you should do it for sure. I'm going to be co-working. I'm working on another PNG tuber. Nice. I look forward to the magic, Toko. You got this, I believe. As for Dispatch, I only did episode 1, but so far I'm very impressed and enamored by the game. That's what's up. I'm glad you really like it. I've seen a lot of really good commentary on it. I was surprised to know that, for example, the main protagonist was actually supposed to be Korean. He was supposed to be Asian. And I think they changed him to a white dude because they didn't want people to get confused with Invincible. And then one of the character designs for it was supposed to be Invisigal was designed the way she was, but I think people were worried because around the same time as developing the game that they didn't want people to get her confused with Vi from League of Legends. So I think it's just interesting those little things as well. But it looks like a pretty cool game. It looks interesting. I love that everybody's playing it. So been getting my feet wet, so to speak, but I've been gripped by Where the Wind Meets, Wuthering Waves, Genshin, and Dead by Daylight. Nice. DBD people, y'all are built different because I can't do horror, but I do play Wuthering Waves, and I do want to play Where the Wind Meets. So that's awesome. And again, the Genshin. And like I said, welcome back from the ads. And again, thank you for the subscription and the love, Skip. I so appreciate you. I'm okay. I have a lot of thoughts on my brain, but I think that's very evident with my shenanigans as of late. So, yeah. It's that thing where, like, you process all the stuff you've been through in 1 year and your brain just, like, Pac-Man, wheel, kind of just, you're just like, all right, this is what I'm dealing with right now. We'll be okay, though. But I hope you're doing well. It's lovely to see you. I'm just doing some lace and stuff. And again, we might not get to gaming today, but definitely will do some gaming tomorrow. So just putting that out there. What am I looking for? Add me on Wuthering Waves? Got you. Let me figure that out for you, Common, because, like, I play on PlayStation, so I play Marvel Rivals, Wuthering Waves, Monster Hunter Wilds, and I'm probably going to play Where the Wind Meets on my PlayStation 5, because I don't have the space for it on my PC. But most definitely. If you can DM me, I can add you on there. I also play Zenless Zone Zero on my PlayStation 2. So I'm slowly collecting these games that I have no business playing, but I enjoy them for what they're worth, honestly. I can't complain too much about it, so you know how that goes. Oh, PC, don't do this. What's going on? Sorry, things like froze for a second. I was like, oh. Most are cross-platform, I believe. Yeah, I think so. I know Marvel Rivals is. I want to say Where the Wind Meets is as well. And I do think, I think Zenless is going to get crossplay soon. Because a lot of the games I play are multiplayer across different platforms, which is exciting. I do like playing with friends and also doing solo things, as y'all know. Oh, they're right there. I was like, I'm gonna have to pull out some needles eventually, but I was trying to figure out if I missed the ones I already had out. There we go. There we go. I think I'm getting close to the edge of this. Yes, I am. All right. I am never going to do red on the red throw because that is confusing as hell, and I don't know why I did that to myself. I know I was trying to do a Christmassy thing, but that was not smart, so. I'm just being hard on myself. A little bit. I know I can't see sometimes because, like, even though I can see, like, I can see enough to where I can get this, sometimes I just can't see in the way that I want. So having similar threads is not helping me right now, but it's fine. We'll get better over time. We should be PlayStation Network buddies. We can also add each other in WoW and Rivals as you like. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I have the same username in both. So Takashi, if you want to add me by my username, it's the same without the underscores, of course, on Twitch. But yeah, my username is on there for both. So I can add you in and comment at anybody else who plays. So you can usually find my little tiny self. I'm trying to jump on to do dailies in these games because I just, shenanigans, but yeah. Play more Rivals in a lot of these games for sure. Okay, I think we're at the motif. Yes, we are. So let me move these here. But I will say this in terms of all the stuff happening this year. Even if you're dealing with stuff on your own or, if all you did this year is survive, I just want to remind y'all, like, that's okay. Like, don't beat yourself up if that's the only thing you did. I keep saying, sometimes, like, in life, you just have to, you go through a time where you're just going through it. And the only thing you can do is just survive. And that's just get up every day, participate in capitalism, unfortunately, where you have to work a job and make some stuff happy for yourself. And as long as you did that, you should be proud of yourself. That's usually how it goes. So. Now that you shouldn't subscribe for more, bet guy, for sure. And thanks for the opportunity of the game. Look forward to it. Not that you shouldn't strive for more in life, but just be kind and give it time. That's a lesson I'm learning as I give myself time to really get used to this new skin I'm in type vibes. As I've been saying all year. All right, the motif now. Let's see how far I can get throughout today's stream. Excited about that. Wait, hold on. I still think it's important to dream even if the world is chaotic. Because similar to different groups and folks going through really dark times and the really systemic oppression and stuff that happens in the world, I think it's still so important to dream big and to not get caught up on individual people doing bad things, but individuals doing good and knowing that we can build a better future over time. And being around people who are going to light your fire as you figure out what you want to do in the world, Alright. Just dabbing more pens, because we've got to do this motif now. Alright. Need this green one. Uh, right of pin 1. Oh. Wait a minute. This is the right of pin 1. Pin 2. Okay. And then a new pair, right? I think that's what it is. Maybe. Okay. Twist the left pair and then I actually did this right without having to think about it. Holy crap, y'all. I finally got my ass together. All right. Not that it was a problem. I just really proud. Holy crap. Okay. I think right pair and then cross. And then 3 passive pairs. And then this. A new pair, right? Yeah. Wait, did I pin the thread? Let's not do that. I was like, wait a minute. No. Now I'm gonna have to watch for that. Hey, good shit. Also just in the PlayStation request. Gotcha. Thanks, Takashi. I appreciate that. Like, again, I know I had to make my camera a bit like closer to where I can see it, but I'm really proud that I don't have to think about it anymore in terms of doing my torching pattern. I don't think it's anywhere close to being a professional, but I think I am gonna give myself a little bit more grace in the sense of being able to make these for friends and people now and gifts. So, and yeah, once I jump on my PlayStation, which I plan to do sometime today, I'll definitely add you. And of course, y'all hear that end after the ads. Sorry, ads are coming. Is it 4? Cool. Because pin 7, I think, is the long one. Nice. All right, let me stretch this out a little bit. Welcome back from the ads. You just haven't missed much. I'm just trying to do this right. I think I'm at pin 7. Twist this, and then yeah. That's so real, though. Yeah, capitalism doing its thing with the ads. Welcome back. So, yeah. Just doing the motif. Okay. Cross 5 pairs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this last one, right? Nice. Okay. I think that's the chime for the 10-minute break. So, along with the ads, please make sure you use that to stretch, take care of yourself, and just relax a little bit. Every crafter can tell you, especially these things become like almost muscle memory. So, like I said, doing crafts relaxes me. That's done. Time to the reset button. I could definitely recommend Where the Wind Meets. It's a fun game so far. Yeah, I've heard a lot of folks, like I know, shout out to my friend Di, they were talking about how they really appreciated the game. In terms of like, obviously some folks are saying that it's easy to get lost in there. And I was watching Kizumi stream and saw another streamer after they rated out who was also playing it too. And I think it was funny because like people had gotten like, I think for him when he was playing it, like I think I mentioned this already on stream, but the fact that like you can knock somebody off the level and then be confused is funny to me. So I feel like it's that type of game where it's really open world in a good way, but I still need a little bit of time to figure out like actually how to play it, if that makes sense. It does look cool though, and I think the customization looks like it'll be a really jolly good time. So, yeah. I don't know if I'll get like I'll play it in terms of like as much as I do Final Fantasy 14, but it looks fun and interesting at least. So. Okay. If I've got this right, 5 passive pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Got this. Okay. Then I think we're supposed to twist this. Yeah. And then it becomes 4. fair. There's a lot to do and easy to get sidetracked, but there's always something to do and see. Yeah, for sure. And I know I'm the type of gamer where like I always want to explore the games that I play, you know, and like figure out like what's going on in terms of the storyline and everything. So I definitely think it's something I'm just gonna have to spend a little bit of time to figure out and see. But I definitely think, like, from what I've been told and people who are playing the game that I've watched, like, Daijobu Imaki and a few people I know who play it, it looks like it's really interesting and intriguing. Like, I know it's like a high fantasy type of game, so I do like that. So it's customization, and I think the way he will have a lot of fun doing whatever they're going to do in that game. So, yeah. And maybe I'll play more MMORPGs. I don't know. That's always a possibility. I think that one's done. I should have... How many more? Best part is it's free to play, so you won't lose anything if you don't like it. That is true, too. From your point of view, Takashi, is it that thing where like because Final Fantasy 14 has a similar motif where you create an account and like if you don't log in, it's just going to exist and you can delete it. But I'm assuming it's something like that. I make the assumption a lot of RPGs are like that, like MMORPGs, but I could genuinely be wrong too. Also, I've got to stop like minimizing this to where it won't be able to be moved. I'm so sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I've got 3 more. Perfect. Okay. We're doing good. Oh my goodness. Actually. Hi, friends. Hi, everybody. Smolecule, what's good? Thanks for the raid. Hello, hello, hello. Let me give you a shout out. Well, welcome in, everybody. I hope you're doing well today. First of all, if you haven't had a chance to, you should follow Smolecule. They're a super dope streamer. I'm at the opportunity to get to hear their lovely voice and enjoy their fun times when with Pronounced Steven's anniversary. So they play some really cool games. They do voiceovers, and they just have built a very cozy and safe community. So you'll have a great time if you go check them out respectfully and everything too. And they're also playing Dispatch and some really cool games that I appreciate too. But welcome in, Raiders. My name is C or C7. I'm your friendly neighborhood artsy scientist. I play a lot of games. Currently, I'm doing some Lace Bobbin on stream today. We were going to play Sea of Stars, Thrones of the Watchmaker, which is why I'm in my pixel form. But in general, that is not a gag. I'm actually a scientist in real life. I'm actually going back to school in January. But I do Lace co-working. I also play a lot of RPGs. So we were just talking about Where the Wind Meets. But I play Final Fantasy 14, Monster Hunter Wilds, Sea of Stars, and games like that I really love and appreciate. as well as lots of things off stream like Expedition 33, and I'm gonna probably play Legend of Zelda next year. So if you're looking for another dope person to follow and hang out with, you're welcome to hang out with me. We're doing some co-working and chilling and vibing with Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions as I just talk and yammer and enjoy. I'm also lurker friendly, but respectfully, everybody who came in on the raid, please know that if you need to raid and run, I will not be offended. I understand that we have to take care of our mental and physical health first and foremost. And while we enjoy watching streamers and having fun with them, if you need to take care of you, you need to take care of you. But I'm really grateful for y'all coming by and, enjoying and everything, and Small Q for bringing your community over here. So again, thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it. Like I said, you're welcome to stay and hang out, just vibe and chill and listen to music. But of course, if you need to raid and run, please take care, and I hope I see you somewhere on the internet sometime soon. So yeah. But thank you so much again for the raid. I do appreciate it a lot. So I am slowly getting through my motif. I think twist this, and that should be good. I also love the science, but I've always appreciated seeing your name since we got to meet on Steven's stream, because I'm a science nerd. So, and that's a chime for the 10-minute break. So we've got the last 30-minute sprint for those of you hanging out with me. Respectfully, of course, during the ad breaks and everything, because you don't have to be subbed to me. Please make sure that you take care of your mental and physical health. Drink some water, stretch, look away from the stream. Listen to the music, whatever you need to do to take care of yourself as I do my lace work and yammer about K-pop Demon Hunters, RPGs, and everything else too. And let me see if I missed something. Yeah, I think it's one of those things where the account just exists, but it does have a whole login reward thing a lot of MMORPGs have as well. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that personally, because I think in terms of games, I think game developers should know, even though I know the state of the game industry is volatile right now because people are losing their jobs left and right, which really, really sucks, by the way. And if you're in the gaming industry, thank you so much for doing what you do, because I think gamers, developers, quality insurance folks, everybody who just makes a game the way it is should be respected and given a livable wage and all the types of things that go with, being a human being. But, I do appreciate when game developers do add little incentives for players, not like that predatory gotcha way, because gotcha games are intended for you to get dopamine influences, as somebody said, way too much neuroscience to want to keep playing the game. But and there are my captions. I was like, where did they go? But I do appreciate the fact, to your point, Takashi, that there is a thing where if you log in you get rewards and stuff like that. I think that's really cool still. There we go. Plus, I'm hoping they'll have different character customizations and stuff too in the game. But I need to do some research, because I think that's what I did when I started playing Final Fantasy 14. Is that I did a lot of research to understand what was going on and everything, and try to figure out the game mechanics and stuff too. So I think I'll do that. Because I know with Final Fantasy 14, I asked a lot of my friends and mutuals what classes you could play, and then what race you could be, and what could work. And I know my bias comes in, where as soon as I found out I could be a Viera and could be a white mage, given my homage and love of Final Fantasy Tactics, I was super hype. So we'll see how this goes. There's the shenanigans. As someone who's played Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG since childhood, I know exactly what you mean. And yeah, there's a good bit of character customization in the game. Exactly. Which I think is cool. Shout out to those of you who play Yu-Gi-Oh! I know a few folks who've been in and out of that. I don't play TCG, but I do appreciate it. I know people like Pokemon and everything else too. So I think that's really dope, personally. And yeah, it's good to hear in terms of character customization, because that's something I tend to look for in a lot of the games that I play, personally. Just because I just think it's cool that you can be whoever you want to be. Even though I tend to make my characters look like me in games more often than not, so. think this is the last one. I might actually finish this on stream. Never finished a pattern really fast, but I've gotten really good at my torch at least, so. No, I did that thing though where I pulled out 2Y! Oh no. Fill sticks. Alright. I've never done that before where I accidentally pull out my threads. Shoot. Well, that's okay. Okay, I think I'm back. Sorry about that, everybody. Okay. Yikes. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, I definitely think I won't be gaming today. I think my internet is not being kind enough for me to be able to sustain something like that. So I think this will just be a pure co-working stream. I'm so sorry. Oh, boy. Let's see if we can get this working again. I hate when this happens. Let me see. Yeah, it's okay. I think it's because like it's the holiday season, so a lot of people are at home like using the internet and stuff, which it's fair. It just sucks because I apologize that it just really makes the stream sometimes choppy in terms of where I'm at. So I get it. All good. Okay. Let's see though. I really think if I can probably finish this before stream is over. I think if I can actually remember where I pulled it out, because I think I accidentally did. Did I get too far? Where is the last pen? Here? Let's see. Sorry, I have to touch my thread a little bit to see like where does this. So there's that, and then there's this one. So I think I can start here. Yeah, I think so. Because I think I need to go maybe 3 more inches, 12. Yeah, okay, we can start there. Perfect. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. If I need a... Sorry, I'm like, I pulled out, for folks who were here, I pulled out the thing earlier for a stream crash, and my brain's like, all right, where is this other needle needing to go? I think I figured it out. All right, perfect. That can be twisted and left alone. Okay. So then it's Maybe here? Yeah, there we go. Twist that. These can go over here. Then I think okay. I think we fixed it. All right, and I think I played like the same like 6 or 7 songs, so let me switch it up a little bit. Whoa. Just giving very Tron vibes. I'd be down for that. Yeah. I think I can dig a Tron vibe for a bit. All right. That's why I said lace making is a lot of repetition. I know this still isn't perfect, but it's a lot better. And as you can see, like this is the pattern I'm making just with different colors. I've gotten a bit better about my stitches. They're actually getting a lot cleaner, which is good. I would feel better doing like actual lace with this. And also we're gonna go into an ad, so I will pause for a second. Alright, let me pull some of these down. Sorry, I'm like stretching my thread a little bit. If I don't get to finish this whole pattern on stream, I might go ahead and actually just welcome back from the ads, by the way. I'm just saying here, I'm stretching out my thread so that way I can see where I'm going next. If I don't finish the full thing, I'll probably go ahead and get it to this state again, and then like I said, I want to do another Fans and Spiders. If I don't find it, I'll actually start setting up for some of the patterns for next year, since I would love to do some Hobonichi at least once, or stationary stuff on stream with you all, since again I gotta prepare for school. So because I wasn't intending to do another torching pattern, but now that I'm actually like really good at it, that tells me if I do a Fans and Spiders again, I'll knock it out of the park, which is good to know. Because like I said, this is cotton thread. I don't use any lace yet. I was trained on using cotton purling thread to be able to make sure I can see where my pattern is. And so that way, if I get some lace for next year, which I'm really thinking I actually should give myself more credit, because I've actually been learning a lot I will do pure white lace and maybe start making again some of these intricate patterns where I can start making like scarves and stuff like that, or actual clothes. And with some of the dresses that I want to make, specifically the cotton ones, I'd love to add like some lace trim on them. So being really delicate, of course, because lace and certain types of fabrics do actually break a lot. As in, like, the reason why, like, when I make stuff like this, that it works the way it does is because this is cotton. Cotton doesn't really like snap like silk and other more fragile threads. But I really want to test it out with like a petticoat and or like a cotton dress, but we'll see. Sasuno, what's good? Welcome in. It's lovely to see you. I'm doing okay. I'm not as tired as I was yesterday. Today I'm just really thoughtful. But other than that, I can't complain. How you doing? How was session? In terms of Toku Tabletop, I was giving shout outs to folks and everything because I was glad I was able to stop by, even though I was lurking for a little bit and then had to like scamper to bed. But how was the session? I can't wait to watch the VOD. Hope you're doing well though. As always, y'all, Sasuno and a few other folks are part of the Kamen Rider crew who plays on Toku Tabletop, which again, if you want to catch us, you can catch the Kamen Rider campaign on Saturday mornings early, so Saturday morning cartoons. There are VODs, of course. You can catch Valor Rangers on Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, nice session was awesome. Yeah! Thank you for the shout out in terms of things for Toku Tabletop again. Giving a lot of love to my Toku friends and community. But I'm glad to hear session went really well. I got to listen in a little bit before I like completely conked out, but like I really appreciate y'all. Like y'all have like a really cool set of like motifs and mechanics, and y'all character designs are super cool. So, but yeah, I hope your day has been good since session. So, in terms of shenanigans, like I said, I'm doing like finishing up this pattern. You just woke up. Okay, I got you. I hope you got a restful sleep, of course, too. So I know we're in different time zones and everything, so I'm always here for like good mornings, hellos, getting good sleep and everything and taking care, so. And the fact that you decided to say hi as you just woke up, I really appreciate that, so. Yes. As Ginky is saying, switch from phone to PC. Got you. Appreciate you, Carmen. I appreciate the silent hello. I know you've been here, but, I get switching to different technology devices. They on the other side of the planet, so that makes sense. Yep. It's in, like, when I'm going to bed, y'all waking up. When I'm waking up, y'all going to bed type vibes. Because we respect that not everybody lives in the same time zone. So, yeah. Yeah, because it's about like 10, 11 o'clock over there for y'all, right? 10, 11 a.m. If I'm thinking Australian time. So, correct me if I'm wrong, though. I'm still bad with time zones. I always have to look up, like, when certain times are, because I'm just goofy like that. Oh, it's 8? Okay, so I was off for a few hours. Okay, got it. 13 hours ahead. Got you. Thank you. Okay. That makes more sense. So it's like early. I'm thinking it's like 10, but yeah, I usually try to get up before 8 o'clock. But I'm not, I can be a morning person, but I prefer my day to start around like 10, 11. But I also know like most jobs and things are like 9 to 5s. So I get people have to be up earlier than that. I'm just not a functional human being until about 10. But again, I'm grateful for, the fact you stopped by as you just woke up. I really appreciate that. And do you have any plans for the day? You do not have to tell me, of course, but, just curious. Okay. Oh, do I need a pen for that? Oh, I should have stabbed my pillow more. Crap. I did have a really good convo though with my folks in regards to things. Like I've been saying, I'm really grateful to have the immediate family that I do. I always try to pop by everyone when I can. My plan today is to chill and jam the games. That's what's up. I do appreciate that. I do notice that you do that, which I appreciate that you always just like to say hi to folks and just stop by for a little bit, which I think is really sweet because you don't have to do that, but you do. So I do like that. And that's what's up. Chill and jam, play some games. That's cool. Have any particular games that you want to play? I know we're talking about Where the Wind Meets. I know Takashi plays that, and a few of us in the chat also play Marvel Rivals. You know, I'm just curious in terms of what you're thinking. I know I'm back in this like cozy sci-fi era right now with games and such. So it's kind of where I am with my head. And I think there's going to be more action RPGs I play next year because I want to play like Breath of the Wild and Thrones of Annihilation's coming out. And then I think I might start finally, along with the pixel RPG games, I want to get better at like the Street Fighter Capcom collection I got. It's just games I just need to like go ahead and just beef up on because I have to beat somebody in Power Stone. I do. I have to. Even if I don't win. I want to play Power Stone with you, but like I have to practice first, Genki, because the heck? All y'all who play fighting games are too goated, and I don't have those type of skills. Where the Wind Meets is a great game. You play it. Oh, yeah, because I know Dai was saying a couple folks were playing it. I think, yeah. So I'm glad to hear more people like it. I think that's cool. And maybe Tekken 8. Tekken 8, nice. But, you know, I still want to play Genki and Power Stone. I'm just being a goober where I need to sit down and actually practice because that game tries my existence. Which is disrespectful. Well, I suck at games too. It's fine. No, and it's not for me to be like self-depreciating and hard on myself. It's more things like I want to get better at it because I do think it's actually a really cool game, and I do love like being competitive with friends and being able to like fight to a degree. But I appreciate that solidarity. Because I wanted to this year to get at least one game in each genre to play. And I finally did that. But the Capcom Fighting Collection is actually really, really fun because I like playing Capcom versus SNK. Mia ate the last of the oxtails. No! Gotta get the Wayne's BRB. No worries. No worries. Good eats. Completely valid to do. Did I stab what I needed to stab? Hold on a second. I'm like trying to finish this on stream, but now my brain's like, did I even stab that right? Wait, maybe I didn't. Hold on. I'm gonna pull this out. And I think, like I said, I will not be playing Thrones of a Watchmaker today, but we're going to try to decide it to next week. Tomorrow, though, I'll figure out what game we're going to play in regards to things too. Probably towards the afternoon. Maybe early evening. It won't be a long stream, though. I've got errands and stuff to run tomorrow, so. But I'll be around as always. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, now I can actually stab this right. think if I'm just gonna wrap this twice, even though it's a little goofy with the threads right now. Oh, jeez. I think this thread completely unraveled on me. Hold on. I put extra thread on the ends of this to be able to make sure that I could finish this project. I don't mind being a little bit more, I don't want to say heavy-handed, but more thread on the ends of this. But I won't be doing that. I'm hoping not to do that too much when it comes to using actual lace. Because that's going to be a little fragile, and like I'm saying, I don't want to break it, and it's just going to cost more money, and, you know, gotta be thoughtful about these types of things, you know? Okay. But I know, for example, this holiday season, like, alongside like doing more crafts and sending people gifts, I think I'm gonna like give myself some love in terms of I still want to get myself those roses that are made of like book pages and a couple other things I'm eyeing. I think that would be really nice to have in my office space. So I'm excited for that reason. A big thing I've tried to do over the holidays is not only like, you know, share love with friends and community, like with Valentine's Day, but also give myself something too. I think it's really important to do that type of stuff for yourself. Even if you can't like buy anything fancy, just giving yourself a day or just, you know, doing something for yourself, even if it's just gaming or something, would be great. Right. Yeah. Exactly, Takashi. Like, I think it's really important to do that type of thing because I know, like, sometimes life isn't kind for that reason. And I think it's easy, especially with sometimes, like, if we're in environments or around people who don't value us, to think that we don't deserve to have nice things. But I think it's always key to give yourself something for yourself. And don't, again, like I always said, like, don't fight for somebody to care about you. And what I mean by that is, of course, like, value relationships, like, fix things if things are wrong, you know, correct misunderstandings and stuff. But genuinely speaking, like, if someone doesn't make you feel valued or appreciated, you know, address the issue, of course. But if they are showing you that they don't care, then I think it's always really good to know, like, you can choose yourself. It's the best way I can put it. You can always choose yourself. So. Oh, and Scions, if anybody's in the chat, I know the few folks are here. I will still be at Static Night. Just being pulled in some shenanigans co-op horror games, as always.
I'm never gonna get away from it. I love my friends though in community.
And hey, the holidays aren't good full of good times when we adopt folks in this house, so swing on by for a plate and a vibe. See, exactly. And I appreciate you, Takashi, for that thing, because that's how I am, too. Yeah, they be kidnapping you a lot. They do. All right, the ads are here, too. I think we're getting close to the end of this break. Shit, hold on. I'll address some of the comments after the ads come back. Yeah, this looks really good. I don't see too many mistakes. There's some things I would change a little differently, but for the most part, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, I'm gonna see if the ads will actually like stop being disrespectful. Welcome back from the ads. First addressing Takashi's comment. Yes. I'm a big component of found family and like building community. Some people don't have the privilege to have loved ones or to really enjoy the holidays. And I know a lot of people who are actually grieving because they've lost a lot of loved ones over the last few years, parents, family members, extended cousins. So if you're going through a grieving process during this holiday season, I wish you the best. Kindness, safety, love, all types of things, because I know some people can't meet safely right now. I know some people who can't meet their family members for various reasons, so it can be a lot more traumatizing and a lot of heaviness around this time of the year. But yes, I think that there's plenty of folks who are welcome to open their homes and to be around if folks need a friend. I know, shout out to Brown Girl Gamer Code. They had like a little watch party. Not a little watch party, but they have like watch parties and stuff for like holidays. I know some people I follow are also going to have events and stuff for people to enjoy the holiday season with people, even if they don't like have loved ones that they can hang out with. So yeah, I think that's really key. And yes, I do get kidnapped a lot for horror co-op games. I appreciate that. To know your point, that they're funny when I am screaming playing Lethal Company and Pine Cone Shenanigans and Repo, but you know, yeah. Okay, doing the same mods. Wait, Ginky, I just saw this post you shared. Hold on. You be finding the coolest things on the internet. I so appreciate it every time. Let me see. I didn't know if we were gonna... I got a couple more shenanigans to tag because you said it 3 times so far. Thank you for clocking me. That's why I do what I do, because I can't travel and y'all are my new friend. Oh, that's so sweet. Not the feelings, Ginky. Oh, not the Valor Rangers and Kamen Rider folks adopting each other. That's fair though, yeah. I think I adopt my friends and mutuals and community a lot of the times, which I don't mind. I don't mind being adopted and people being like, I'm kidnapping you. And I'm like, that's fair. Go ahead and do it. As long as you feel loved and appreciated, that's all that matters. That's what friends are for. And thank you, I've said it 24 times. We all family, yeah. I'm a big believer of like kidnapped over adopted. I'm a big believer that genuinely people who love and care about you will find you in every lifetime. So that's why I tell people, like, if you ever feel alone, just know it's not gonna last forever. And typically for me, I do get adopted a lot and kidnapped by people because that's their way of saying they want to spend time with me. Which in my brain, I'm like, sure. And then I feel like it's that thing. And it's like the TikTok meme where like someone gets like someone runs into them and then just like snatches them and they lift up in the air because I'm so short. So that's usually what happens with me, where I usually get adopted and then my friends are like, you're never leaving my life. So I see Common and Ginky because it's exactly what the fuck y'all did to me, respectfully. Excuse my language, which I think is hilarious. I care about them deeply. They're both my friends, but like I feel like that's what happens to a lot of my people. They just go like, hey, I like you. You're a dope person. I'm never letting you leave my life again. And it makes me emotional because I've been through like a wild year, but I don't know. It makes me feel so sappy. So my friends are like all over the world though, so I can't like meet all of y'all for like holiday stuff. That's why I gotta get people's addresses to send them gifts over the next couple of weeks, which I'm excited to do that. So I've not forgotten about you challenging me to MNBN, but I'm just lost in a GRPC sauce. Yes, Genki's been gaming a lot of really cool like titles this year, which I definitely appreciate and respect as always. So oh, my BS will get to net battle each other for sure. That's what's up. I would love to watch respectfully because I know the games. We about to make some noise and have people curious about it. I appreciate that a lot. So. They doing Star Force net battles right now. Listen, I've been seeing the pop up thing. On the one hand, having worldwide friends because you can't really meet with them as easily, but on the, your network's so vast and cultured. Yeah, like that's just how my life has always been. Like I think I've always had friends all over the world who are different from me. I think it's a beauty of being a millennial who's always been on the internet. Like Snickers and never having been adopted. I'm crying. Takashi, you act like you haven't been adopted in this chat by people in terms of what games you play and stuff, but okay. All right, sir. Respectfully. I get snatched because I usually don't pay attention. Not that I'm not paying attention, but it's more like I just kind of do my thing and have fun, but like I don't know why you don't think you're gonna get adopted. My community is the type of people where like if you like Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Final Fantasy 14, Monster Hunter, JRPGs or RPGs in general, or like fighting games, you're gonna get kidnapped. That's just how that goes. Or if you like horror games. I don't know where like my community is coming in with the horror game aspect, which makes me laugh, but a lot of my community members are like, hey, see, I like horror games. You wanna play with me? And I'm like, all right, I love you, but I'm gonna get us killed. I don't know why when I say that people don't understand it. Like I'm legitimately gonna get our asses killed, but they're like, no, I'm here for the fun, and I'm like, okay, just so you know, I care about us surviving, but I'm gonna get our asses killed, like for real. So I'm just saying, just that's the caveat. We haven't played. Why is it always Repo? Why is it always Repo? We all have Lethal Company. Oh my god. Y'all gonna make me play Repo and Lethal Company for the end of the season? Like holiday season? Fine. Fine. I'm not getting out of this anyway. We might as well plan this. When would y'all want to even do that? Actually, you know what? We might as well. Eventually. Yeah. Because y'all haven't done the new monsters in Repo yet. Ginky and a lot of other... I know with Pinecone and friends have been doing it, but I know with like Scions. Me, Dead by Daylight, Genshin Impact, Splatoon 3, Warframe, and Where the Wind Meets. Yeah, Takashi, you're gonna get kidnapped. There's too many people I know who play all those games. You're among people. You're among good people who play a lot of those games. Especially Splatoon. I didn't know you played Splatoon. So, because of that... You know. Exactly. Like, Common, for example, I think has been playing Warframe. I know a few other mutuals and friends who also play that game too. So, you're just gonna get kidnapped. I don't know why you thought otherwise at this point. And I love Splatoon. I haven't played it in a minute, but Splatoon is a game franchise I'm gonna stay into. I want to get more merch for it, but I haven't yet, so... Yeah. Okay, y'all. I think we're gonna wrap up stream pretty soon. I'm gonna keep working through the end of my pattern. I might go ahead and do the motif and finish this off stream. And then we'll do some Hobonichi next stream in terms of decorations and stuff. I need to just get into my planner because we're at the end of the year. Like, literally in 2 days it'll be December, so that'll probably be the big thing for the next like stationary craft stream, is planning out projects, like writing things up and just moving forward in that way. But yeah, we're gonna probably wrap up in the next like 20 minutes ish. Splatoon, okay. Where the Wind Meets is fun, but it hasn't snatched me up, but I enjoyed it. Put away my Genshin bad for the end of time. Wait, really? I only just got in War for like August, but I've been hooked ever since. Yeah, like I know a few mutuals who've been playing Warframe for a while. I've heard it's really good, and I just haven't touched it myself, but I heard it's a really good actual game. Let me put on the counter actually for 20 minutes. We'll do an up timer. Yeah, stopwatch. But yeah, I know more mutuals who... I have people who are play a diverse set of games. Let me put it that way. I know people who play like my Rivals, Overwatch, but lots of things. Baby Tenno, I've been on and off. I definitely want to come back to and go ham on it. Yeah, I think people talk about Warframe having a really great story and they enjoy it. And then with Splatoon, a lot of people do like the competitive, not competitive Splatoon, but some of like the matches and everything. I don't know as many people who play Genshin Impact anymore, unfortunately. I know more people who play Zenless Zone Zero and Honkai Star Rail. I don't typically play Hyoverse games. I just got into Zenless, and I would love to play Petite Planet, but that's the only like 2 games I play that are Hyoverse connected. Other than that, I don't play a lot of gacha games besides Love and Deep Space and Infinity Nikki. So paper games has a hole in my wallet, just a wee bit. Not a lot, though, because, like I said, I don't really want to play too many gacha games because they are meant for you to spend money. And I'm not trying to do all that. At least as frequently as they want you to, if that makes sense. But I play pretty much every day. If you ever want to go and let me know, I'm in the Discord. Yeah. Again, I love to see everybody gaming and having fun together and stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of connectivity in terms of people like enjoying certain games, which is really cool. And then these games are bad or anything. I know I just don't have time to play a lot of things. Gacha games are dangerous, but I have learned to just accept that I've lost a 50-50 or I don't have the currency for it. Yeah. Because I know, for example, I was talking about this with a friend chat to Akane about like Love and Deep Space, for example, where the game is free to play technically, so you don't have to gacha for anything. But like a lot of gacha games are intended for you to want to be incentivized to play and gacha for certain skins or characters or cards and stuff. which is low-key obnoxious, and why I always try to advocate to not spend your money and break your wallet on that type of thing. But I do play some. Like, I play Love and Deep Space Infinity, Nikki. And I've spent money in both, but not to the point where, like, I want to break the bank, because I still got to be an adult about a lot of things, so yeah. It's fair. Genshin has its ups and downs, but I'm in for the story, and Warframe also is compelling, so I definitely recommend it. Gotcha. I appreciate that. And yeah, I think that's the main reason why I see people play a lot of like games like Genshin and Warframe, is that people really love the story and some of the characters. And I think the Genshin fandom is still very strong, even though it has its issues, and Warframe's fandom too. I don't hear a lot of like too much like griping or complaining from the Warframe fandom, but I do know a lot of people really enjoyed the story, which I think is really cool. Because for me, as you know, at Final Fantasy XIV, I love story-driven games. So let me see. So I'm going to do a little bit more of this and get to the motif. Again, I might finish this off stream, because it's pretty much done. Stabbing things. Not knocking Genshin, but I'd recommend Reveling Waves. But if the characters and story is dope, I may not play Genshin anymore, but I'm not a hater or slanderer. That's fair. Like Withering Waves, I've actually appreciated the storyline and the combat. I'm still in the very beginnings, though, but I do genuinely think it's a really interesting game so far. I'm biased because I love pretty boys, so they're pretty men in the game. But Genshin has some really cool character designs too, which I appreciate. I will admit that. I love Kaya, for example. I need to stop hitting the thread. Good lord. Funny, I just got, I miss you. God. 1X stories are wonky, but they aren't bad. Story definitely gets better as the updates go along. Gotcha. Funny, I just got Wuthering Waves. I'm slowly working my way through it. I'm in the beginning, but so far the combat in mysterious air by the main character has me in a grip. Yeah, that's same with me, Takashi. Like, Wuthering Waves is actually compelling, this story. It's very interesting. Same thing in the way that Where the Wind Meets is interesting too. Which I'm not mad about, personally. And to Genki's point about repo, I think that's going to happen again with the Scions, which is going to be deliciously disrespectful, because I'm going to get us killed a lot. Got you, my beloved. Alright, I see y'all fans in the chat. I can respect it. Did I use all my pens? Yes, I did. Oh, and I know I said I would get my K-pop Demon Hunter thing working on stream, but I will save that for Sunday. Snatched once again. I'm crying. No worries. Welcome back to the ads. As I always say, I don't expect nor do I want folks to feel the need to subscribe. If you want to for pretty badges and things, that's great. But respectfully, I just appreciate people being here as the people will be. So, all goody in the honey. I appreciate all the support. It is felt. And no worries, Takashi, that's fair. I know that sometimes like these games can be heavy on our system, so it's just really like a lot, but yeah. I get it. Welcome back though. Like I said, but yeah, we will definitely wrap up in about 10 minutes. I'm calling the gang at 8:30. His friend is packing to move right now. Got it. Okay. Sounds good. I'll probably pop in there and just be on mute as I dive into the repo shenanigans. But definitely want to send some love in terms of moving, because I know that's a stressful process. So. But as we get ready to wrap up, like I said, I might get through this pattern before stream on Sunday tomorrow. But if I don't, we'll finish it and do some lace work. Taiji's working, so no avatar tonight. We gotta finish up on Kuga. Okay, got it. Snatch. Also, they made Cloud Routine her whole baddie, so she's up there too. Okay, got it. Yeah, I know Dai's been doing a lot of stuff in terms of things, so appreciate the updates. We'll definitely finish Avatar: The Last Airbender sometime soon. Because I think we're in book 2, right? And we're in book 2. But yeah, essentially, 1, this pattern looks a lot better. 2, again, I will show y'all what this looks like lit up tomorrow. Okay, just somebody who comes by stream tomorrow. I know I have my regulars. You got to remind me to turn this on during stream so I can show you what it looks like. So I'm just saying, I need to figure out some things and get the other stuff that goes on top of this. But I do have a Huntrix light stick because K-pop Demon Hunters. So I've got some goodies that I've gotten that I wanted to get for myself this year, so I'm really happy about it. Avatar: Last Airbender for a very good series. Yes, 10 out of 10 agree. Very good times. And obviously my favorite character, well, for those who know, like Genki, don't say it, but I know y'all can figure out who my favorite character is from Avatar: Last Airbender. It's kind of obvious who it would be. Goofy like that. Huntrix for the win, yes. Yeah. Think about it. Let me think. Who would you think, based on the stuff that people might know about me, who my favorite Avatar: The Last Airbender character would be? I do like Katara, but she's actually not my favorite. My friends call me Katara-like, and that's not shocking because I am very similar to her, though. I feel like her and what's her name? One of the Kyoshi warriors, the one who Sokka likes. I feel like those two remind me of myself a lot, but no, it's not Katara. And if you know the answer, because I told you from previous conversations, don't you dare say it. And I'm specifically looking at Scions in the chat. Don't do that. Y'all know. Y'all can't say nothing. Because y'all know. Suki, yeah. So characters I feel like I'm like, dang. Good job, Common. You got it. Yes, my favorite character from Avatar: The Last Airbender is Zuko. So I know it's not helping my edgelord thing that I got going on. I said Sasuke Uchiha yesterday, but I like Zuko. I think his character development was great. And when I was a kid, because Avatar came out in like 2006 when I was in middle school, of course I thought he was attractive. So, but yes, I'm a big Zuko fan. I do love Sokka too, though. But yes, I was talking about Suki. The two characters I think I'm very much reminiscent of are Suki and Katara from Avatar: Last Airbender, and I do like Zuko a lot. And if I had to pick to be one of the nations, I would be either a firebender. I think I would do fire or maybe earth. Be a fire earthbender, but I would love to do lightning and fire. That's fair. Zuko's an interesting character, yes. Fire all the way. Let's go! My firebenders! Earthbender here, nice. Yeah, I have a lot of friends who would do earth or water, but I'd be a firebender. I'd be a firebender all the way. But alrighty, y'all. I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, even though I'm an earth sign, I love water bending too. Listen, I feel like earth bending in Avatar: The Last Airbender is really sick. So I'm really excited for that reason and like how it looks. But I completely understand. And water bending is cool. So again, Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you've not seen that series, it is peak animation. It is super amazing. I think another series is actually coming out soon. But overall, like, super great. So, but alrighty, y'all. I think I'm going to be heading out now. I will be raiding out. We're going to see who we can send you off to. Who is doing some things right now? Let me see. Just a reminder, there will not be Toku Tabletop tomorrow. Valor Rangers will be going on a break this week. Stuff came up, so we will be back, I do believe, next week, but I will keep y'all posted. I will be streaming tomorrow, though, probably towards the later afternoon, early evening. It might be Umami. It might be Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not sure yet, but I'll figure it out. But for now, I think what we're going to do is... I actually think we're going to go say hi to Kizumi again. Kizumi is a new mutual I just met. They're super cool. We bonded over science and languages. They're currently playing Fields of Mysterious. I think it'll be a really cozy game to go into. I think they've been streaming for a little while, so I think they'll be doing things for a bit longer. But I think we're going to go say hi. To, go check them out. But, yeah, Takashi, everybody here. I know people are just like, no, I appreciate y'all being like, no, I love your streams. That makes it, y'all are so sweet and kind. But I'm a big Uchiha fan. I even have a Uchiha symbol tattooed on me. That's what's up, though. I love people who have anime tattoos. That's lit. That's litty. Thank you for that fun fact, though, for real, for real. Waterbending gets wildly dope later down the line. Yeah, waterbending in Avatar: Last Airbender is super dope. Late, thanks for the stream. Yes, thank you all for being here. I know, again, I appreciate y'all. I love that people keep their stream streaks, support. Y'all are super kind and sweet. Definitely don't have to do that. If you give me any of your time, I always appreciate you. But I love that I could do just co-working streams and just have some fun. But I'm pulled into shenanigans. So thank you, Smolecule, again for the raid. Thank you all for the check-ins, the love, the subscriptions. Like I said, I will be back tomorrow for streams. I will probably be streaming around like 4 or 5 tomorrow. It'll be with Final Fantasy XIV or Umami. So I'll be around. But for now, we're going to go say hi to Kizumi. So, if you and I said shenanigans again, oh my God, we're going to get to 50 by the end of the year. Watch. If you are not on Twitch already, I'm dropping Kizumi's name over on YouTube. If you'd like to ride the raid train over, on Twitch. If you don't want to, of course, to my YouTubers, it's all good. I will change the title of this stream to just be co-working and lace work because we didn't get to gaming. But again, we're going to play Thrones of the Watchmaker before the end of the year. So please stay tuned for that. But for now, we're going to go say hi to Kizumi in terms of Fields of Mysteria. So We're gonna come on, ride the train and ride it up. But for first, I will say goodbye. See my lovely baby hands and my skull pandas and tsum tsums. I will again try to finish this on stream tomorrow. If I don't, just know I will share the final product and we'll do some Hobonichi stationery stuff regardless. But okay. Let me drop the raid message in the chat. Those of you who are going to be riding out with me over there. As always, y'all, my mutuals and friends have their own rules and regulations and things for their streams, so I know my community is very thoughtful and respectful, but please enjoy Fields of Mysteria. I'll be lurking in people's chats, as I always do during this time of the day. And I'm going to probably go get spooked and scared, since there's some shenanigans with repo happening. And then Final Fantasy 14 and gaming with friends. Static Night, baby. We love Static Night, so... But no matter where you are, whether you watch me morning, afternoon, evening, whether you're lurking, watching the VOD, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to go scamper off now and everything. 27 times? I'm not going to reset it for next year, too. So I'm really curious to see how many times I'm going to say it before my next anniversary stream. Maybe I'll reset it then. But anyway, let me switch this over to the Just Chatting stream so I can start the raid. And turn off Spirit City Lo-Fi Sessions. Yes, yes. All right, there we go. Here we go. One more time. Sorry, I was going to start singing in sync, I think, or Backstreet Boys. Anyway, we're going to ignore me. All right, y'all. Starting the raid because I'm being pulled into scare tactics. I'm scared. But to my friends who I'm playing Repo with, may the odds forever be in our favor so I don't get us killed. But there's the raid. We'll get it started now. Again, appreciate you. Thanks so much for watching me, whether you're watching me morning, afternoon, evening, whether you're lurking, watching the VOD. Please enjoy Kizumi and some Fields of Mysteria. I'll be lurking. I'll be back tomorrow. But until then, stay safe, stay warm, wear a mask, be mindful out here. Know that you are loved and appreciated. And remember, with great power comes great social responsibility. So if you could do a little bit for the world, you are appreciated. I know it's chaotic and wild and been a disrespectful year to a degree, but things can always change tomorrow. That's the most important thing. Things can always get better. You never know. And for folks who added me on PlayStation, I will make sure to hit you up today. Don't worry. You'll see probably a notification before the end of the night. So, but alrighty, y'all. I'm outie. I am going to go do some things, have some fun, and be around. But until then, take care. Have a nice one. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow. If not, I will see you sometime this week because I'll be streaming again, playing Final Fantasy 14. Sea of Stars, and a bunch of other games, even Umami and Is This Seat Diggin'. I'll let you know. But until then, please enjoy. I hope people have a lot of fun. It's lovely Saturday or Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. And stay safe and stay well. And remember to hinge and a go-go, baby, and live your best life, as they say. But alright, y'all. I'm out here right now. Take care. Have a nice one. Huzzah. Bye-bye. Later days. Yeah, yeah.